Ohio State lost two very good offensive linemen from last year's team. I think if you would have said a year ago who was Ohio State's best offensive lineman, you could have had an interesting discussion about Billy Price and Jamarco Jones. So we're going to ask that question now. We talked to offensive linemen on Wednesday, Bill Landis, Tim Bielik, Doug Lesmerises. Who's going to be the best offensive lineman on this team, Tim Bielik?
I'm actually going to go with somewhat of a surprise. I think Isaiah Prince, because I liked his progression last year. You know, he's taken on a leadership role, and I talked to Thayer Munford how much pressure Prince has kind of put on him because Munford understands that, you know, there's a chance for him to start, and talking about how he has learned from Prince kind of telling him, giving him advice on what he's learned the last 2 seasons as a starter. He came on last season at Prince as a right tackle, looked a lot better, you know, bounced back from his sophomore season. Now he's probably going to slide over to left tackle. I expect that development to continue on and really give Ohio State another year of solid left tackle play.
You talked to Thayer Munford. Quick answer on Thayer Munford. How good's he going to be this year?
I think he's going to be pretty good.
Landis. That was quick.
That was quick. Yeah.
Who's your vote, Landis?
I think it's tough because there's not the immediate guy who jumps out. Like last year, I think the answer would have been Billy Price last year, but there is a discussion to be had between him and Jamarco. Like, I don't know. I think Isaiah Prince is a good answer. I think Brady Taylor would be an interesting answer. I talked with him today, and like he is taking over for the guys who were the two guys who were the best centers in the country over the last 2 years. And he's like, yeah, like that's the standard, and that's what I have to live up to. So I was like impressed with like how he's just sort of handling that. But I like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a like no nonsense, I will murder you kind of guy, and like I don't know if I've ever got much of that vibe from him before, but I got it today, just like sort of the way he was carrying himself. He's in his 3rd year now as a starter, and I think there's a leadership void obviously on the offensive line with the guys who left, and I think Michael Jordan might be the guy who kind of takes it on this year. So I think he might be the best.
You think Brady Taylor will be pretty good as a center? You think for sure he'll be the center?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think there's a chance Josh Myers can win it, but my bet would be on Brady Taylor.
I did talk to Isaiah Prince, and I'm going to vote for Isaiah Prince. I asked Isaiah Prince what would have made him a better left tackle right now, playing as a sophomore, starting at right tackle and not being very good, or just being like the backup right tackle because there was a senior there and he could have made all his mistakes in practice and we would have never seen him and nobody ever would have criticized him. And of course he's going to say the thing that happened to him, which is that he played and struggled. And he said, I wouldn't be where I am now if I hadn't played as a sophomore. But I do think there's some truth to that. I think we have seen guys at times come through here and not be very good. Sometimes guys are really good right when they play. There are times when guys aren't very good. And then they have to keep playing because there are sort of holes in the roster and there's nobody else to play. And then some of those guys do get good. Isaiah Prince is trying to keep it like this. He is just like, I am just like not thinking and talking about like idea. I'm just going to play. But there were like 3 times where I asked him a question about like sort of how good are you going to be? And he went, and like he couldn't help but smile. So I think Isaiah Prince feels pretty good. And when you stand with Isaiah Prince, and we do this, I mean, we're surrounded by guys who are going to play in the NFL. You stand with some guys and you go, oh, yeah, that guy. You stand next to Isaiah Prince and you're like, yeah, they're going to like that in the NFL. So I think he has a chance to have a really good year. I think Jamarco Jones was really good last year. I think Isaiah Prince has a chance to be better than Jamarco Jones. Because Jamarco Jones, I think, he wasn't as tall as Isaiah Prince. I think he had maybe shorter arms a little bit. I think Isaiah Prince is like physically what you want a left tackle to be is like check, 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 check. And now he had like some big-time experiences that I think might pay off. Landis, Bielik, Lesmerises. See you at cleveland.com.